Hello everybody, welcome back to another subreddit. This week is mildly interesting, so let's look and find the top 15 of all time. So luckily they're numbered, so 15 is this tree looks straight up broccoli. Those are some really densely packed leaves there. That is just, it just looks, I can't say anything other than it just looks like broccoli. Let's go on next one. My Australian tax return shows where my money went. Let's see. Straight on welfare. Straight to the aged. A little bit on health, but just straight on welfare. Moving on, this toothpaste describes what each of its ingredients is and its purpose. That is useful. Where it comes from and what it does. That's good. Let's see if there's anything in here. Yeah, charcoal's an abrasive. Yep. Taste. Fennel and lemon and peppermint. Basically, yeah, that's what I'd imagine was in toothpaste. Aqua from purified water. Okay, fair enough, it's basically the same thing. Okay, moving on. Lens flare in this photo looks like Eric Cartman. It really does, down the bottom there. That is... It looks exactly like Eric Cartman, just slightly out of focus. He's even got the brim of his hat and also the collar to his jacket too. Nice. That is a find. Imagine looking back through your pictures and seeing that. My dog destroyed her toy cactus and there was another sad cactus inside. Cool. That is someone that knows dogs and dog toys. They do not last at all. The only ones that last are the solid rubber Kongs and stuff like that. If it's a teddy, it's being destroyed. And for you to hide something inside for when it gets destroyed, that is next level. That is thinking inside the box. And he looks so sad too. Look at that little sad cactus face. Right, found a travel brochure from the World Trade Center while cleaning my house. The closest some of us will ever get to heaven. Nice. All I can say to that is someone needs to clean out their house more often. Seeing as this was only submitted 8 months ago as well, they really need to clear their house out more often. Without barriers, the British still know how to queue. We are good at queuing. We don't need barriers to queue. We queue for the sake of queuing. You can even queue to get in a queue. The golf balls at the mini golf on this pier are biodegradable and fall in the sea in the 18th hole. Okay, so the 18th hole just goes straight into the sea. That is good. And they biodegrade, so they've thought ahead with that. And it's just fish food. Nice. I know some mini golf places have the last hole go put the ball straight back into the hut at the beginning, so that you don't steal the ball or do just go back to the beginning and have another game. So this is one way to get around that, I suppose. Go straight into the sea and feed the fish. I drew poppy outlines for my class to cut out. They look like they overlap but don't. Oh yeah, this is the trippy... It just plays with your eyes. It looks like they are overlapping, but you look closer and they aren't. It's one of those small little optical illusions that you don't really want to spend that long looking at, so I'm going to move on. These 3 random men in my photo look like the same person. They kind of do. They really do just look like the same person. The fact that they're all asleep, or with their head backs, is kind of helping you out with that one. And then in the background you've got some kind of elf with massive ears. Nice. The corrosion on this water tap looks like a map. It really does. With like the marks for trees on it as well. So usually on maps you get dots for tree lines and paths, and it does look like a map. It's just, so imagine where it's where the coating has cracked. But yeah, it looks pretty cool. I would stare for hours at that. Next, I got a whole plane to myself when I accidentally booked on a flight just meant for moving crew. So she booked a flight that was meant for moving crew. Apparently you can do that sometimes now. That is one lucky flight to be on. Down to the last 3. I met a stranger at a wedding and looked just like him and was wearing the same thing. Other than he's taller than you and just bigger. What if you found out that you're actually brothers separated at birth? Probably not. Just food for thought. Found the cliff this Cliff Bar came from. You must have been looking at Cliff Bars like, I recognise that from somewhere. I don't know where. And then when you're on this walk, you're like, I know where this Cliff Bar's from now. Lucky that you got to go to the place where that picture was taken. And now you can see that that isn't actually that high up. Looking at the actual outcrop, it looks like that man has been photoshopped on. It's not far enough up for him to be that small. It's got to be what, 12 feet? He's been photoshopped on that. That is a 12-foot high cliff, and he is about a foot long. They photoshopped him on that for sure. Right, number 1. Local Mexican restaurant used to be a Chinese restaurant. Instead of painting over the mural, they just put some sombreros on the pandas. Oh, and a taco. Pillow. Okay, that's one way to get around repainting the whole mural. Just convert it to be Mexican themed. Nice. And that was the top of all time mildly interesting posts. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to follow if you want to see more like this. Next, I believe I'm going to be looking at mildly infuriating to go along with mildly interesting, so I will see you for those. Goodbye. Thank you ever so much for watching, guys. I will see you in the next episode. Don't forget to like and subscribe and ding that bell. You can also find me on Twitter and Facebook at /SeannyBGaming. Goodbye.